Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is the Lifestyle Mom, with another story time video. I guess we're gonna do a recap of the week. So, like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff. This last week's been kind of freaking crazy. It's been like a lot of bad things and a lot of good things. So it's like every time I take a few steps up, I take like 8 freaking steps back. So we're just gonna recap into last Friday. Last Friday, I went to work and I started noticing that my teeth were killing me. So like my wisdom tooth, and like a few years ago, my wisdom tooth I thought broke, but it just had a cavity in it. So it was filled, and that cavity or that filling had came out, and I knew it did because it was bothering me really bad like years ago, and then I just never got it fixed. So yeah, well, during my shift at my new job, my tooth pain started getting really bad, so it just progressively started getting worse. And I was working my other job on that like next Monday coming up, which would be last Monday. So I had already called off for Monday, and I just like verified that, hey, I'm taking Monday off for that day. So on Saturday, it was Luke Bryan's concert, and I went there and I brought orrr with me because like my tooth was in pain, but I figured if I brought the orrr, like hopefully when it got worse. So it started getting worse throughout the night, so I started globbing that orrr all over my freaking teeth, right? And then I just like kind of was like in just, I don't know, weird pain all night. Yeah. Sunday, I woke up in like excruciating pain. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, I couldn't even talk. I couldn't even bite down because my teeth were so swollen. Like, I couldn't do this without the back of my teeth hurting. So I knew that there was like an infection and it had swelled up my teeth in the back. So I had went to the urgent care because I literally could not take it anymore. And I had to wait there for like a few hours, and then they prescribed me to amoxicillin, which is like a sister to penicillin, and I thought I was allergic to it. I was. It was like in my chart that I was allergic to it, but apparently I'm not now because I'm on it and nothing's happening. My infection's going away. So yeah, that was Sunday. Monday, so I had taken off that day to work my other job that, like, I tell you guys I quit, but I didn't. I technically went contingent. I was working at the other job, but before I went to work, I know of a place that takes my insurance. It's called MCDC, and my community dental center, they work on your teeth, and I know that if you go in there like at early in the morning at like 8 when they open or whatnot, that you can get like in an emergency appointment throughout the day, but you'll have to wait a long time. So I can't really get in there as soon as they open because my kids go to school at like 8:15 and then 8:30. So I dropped them off and I ran to MCDC. Well, they ended up being freaking closed. So I'm sitting there crying, begging for help. I'm on my Facebook like, dude, please, like, can anybody help me? My teeth are killing me. Like, the hospital can't do anything. There's literally nothing they can do. Like, I have to go to a dentist. And it's my wisdom teeth, so it's like, I don't know, just extra special, I don't know, crazy stuff. So I literally sat there before I went to work and called probably like a million places because it's hard to find a dentist that takes especially like if you don't have good insurance, especially dental insurance, if you just have like regular adult Medicaid, it's extremely hard to find a place that takes your insurance. Like adult Medicaid for dental is crazy. Nobody accepts it. But I did find one place, and it's the U of M School of Dentistry. So they're obviously all in school working on teeth, which is kind of crazy. You do have a professional there sitting, like telling them what to do, but just a thought, like it's just, I don't know. So I got in there, I got an appointment because I'm like, you know what, there's like, I can't do anything, right? So I got an appointment for the next day. I couldn't get in there that day, but I got it in for the next day at 1 o'clock p.m. And I thought I was going to have my teeth pulled, so I had arranged a ride for that day. And then I went to the nursing home. So after I had gotten all that, like I'm sitting in the parking lot still calling all these places, and then I finally got an appointment. So I ended up going to work at my nursing home job and went home. Everything was normal, and I ended up calling in for Wednesday because obviously I had, you know, my doctor's or my dentist appointment at 1 o'clock, and I had to be in Ann Arbor. So, you know, that's like a 45-minute drive. So I had to leave early, and there would have been no point in freaking going to work. So I ended up calling in. My freaking face is swollen. I couldn't even talk anyway. So I called in for Tuesday and kind of like explained everything that was going on, right? So Tuesday comes around. I wake up. I think I'm getting my teeth pulled, right? So like I said, I had arranged a ride. I got there. I got, you know, my ride picked me up, and we went there. And I get in there. I got my teeth examined, and then they came down with a verdict. So their thought was that I needed to get my wisdom tooth pulled, and then I needed to, the molar, so there's like a cavity in between my wisdom and my molar, and then the cavity has gone into my nerve, into the molar. So they were going to pull the wisdom tooth out, and then they were going to do a root canal on the molar and then cap it. Well, look at this tooth, look at that tooth. I've already dealt with all that, right? So I was like, do you have to like do that? Like, can you pull it? And they were like, yeah, we can do whatever you want, you know, basically. And I was like, okay, well, I don't want a cap in my mouth because it's just going to fall out. And I've had horrible experiences with that. So can we just pull that one and the wisdom tooth? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, okay, so while you're in there, can you just pull the bottom wisdom tooth out? And then we can just get it all out of the way. So they were like, you know what? That's the easiest thing. That's probably the smartest decision that you can make. And I was like, okay, let's get it done. All 3 teeth. So I got 2 wisdom teeth that are getting pulled, and then the molar that next to it that's getting pulled. And that was my decision. My bottom wisdom tooth is freaking gigantic, so I'm scared. So I ended up getting it for Wednesday of this week, which is today's Monday. So it's in 2 days that I get 3 teeth pulled. And then I leave. I get into my ride's car, and he's like, okay, listen, you haven't eaten 4 days. Like, you're going out to eat. I'm taking you, and you're eating food. And I'm like, okay, fine. So we get in there, and we sit down, and our waiter comes up to us, and man, he is handsome as heck. And I just couldn't help myself. Like, I was telling, you know, the guy that I was with, I was like, oh my God, like, oh, he's so freaking handsome. And he was like, I got you. And I was like, no, you don't. Like, please don't freaking embarrass me or do anything stupid. You know, he's an older guy. So I'm like, oh my God, please don't embarrass me. Well, we ended up eating our food, and he got his bill. We were getting like ready to pay for it, and he was like, hey, I'm gonna need a pen and a paper. I'm so tired, guys, sorry. I'm gonna need a pen and a paper because I like to write down your tip, and I need you to give her your number. She's like, he goes, are you single? And he goes, yeah, I actually am. I'm like, oh my God. At this point, I'm like embarrassed. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm covering my face and shit. And I was like, how old are you? And he was like 30. I was like, oh fuck. And he was like, what, is that too old for you? I was like, nah, that's like literally the perfect age. And so the guy I was with, he was like, well, we're still going to need that pen and paper and your number on it. And so he ended up bringing my to-go box back with his number on it. And we messaged for like a day and a half, and then he stopped replying to me. So that was pretty fun. But, yeah, that night, Cash ended up having a fever. He came down with like, I think it was a 99.9 fever. So, it was just a low grade fever. It wasn't anything crazy, but once it hits like 100, I don't think they can go to school. So I kept him at my sister's house because he was like not feeling well. And so I kept him there for the night. Decided to just leave him there. He was already comfortable and laying in bed. So I just kept him in there. And I woke up the next morning. I got me ready for work. I got Carter ready for school, and I'm getting ready to go over to my sister's house. And she texted me and was like, hey, like, Cash is running a fever again, and it's pretty, like, it's high. It's like 101 or something. It was like pretty high. So I called the school, told them he wasn't going to be in there, and I called into work that day. And I ended up calling into the work for that day, and then I had to call in the work the next day because my car was going into the shop because my transmission was leaking, and I needed to get it looked at and get it fixed possibly. So it was getting inspected on Thursday. I had to drop it off in the morning on Thursday. So I was like, you know what? I'm calling in for today. I might as well call in for tomorrow morning because I'm not going to have a vehicle. How am I going to get the kids to school? How am I going to get to work? I don't got that kind of help, like, you know, like, I can't rent a freaking car. I ain't got money like that shit, right? So I ended up kind of, like, explaining, like, I texted my boss. I explained everything to her, and I got fired. I mean, it's not funny. It's not funny, you guys, because I really needed that freaking job, but I knew it was going to happen. It was the second week I worked there, and I'm already calling in the whole freaking week because all of these freaking issues are happening, right? I can't help it. But she was like, I understand, like, all this stuff, but, like, I can't have somebody like that. I was like, whatever, dude. Okay, so I just let it go. I let it go. Thursday, I woke up. Everything was freaking normal. Like, I was like, oh, my God, when is this bad luck going to stop? I called a few places, like, because, you know, I'm in the process of trying to get somewhere and get out of this freaking place. So I've been just trying to get my life together and shit. And I still work on my other job, but I got some good news on Thursday, which kind of, like, made everything better. I ended up taking my car in the shop, and then I hung out with my friend all day that day. And then over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it was, like, pretty freaking normal because I didn't have my car. So it was in the shop because it was closed all weekend. And then I woke up today, and I called, like, the shop, you know, that my car was at. And I was like, so what's going on with my car? They were like, well, we've been trying to get a hold of, like, your place that is paying for it. And we can't get a hold of them, but we're waiting for approval so we can work on your car. I was like, well, what the fuck? So I worked all day this morning trying to get approval for my vehicle to get fixed. And then finally, like, it got approved. And then an hour later, I got a call saying I could pick my car up. So it was, like, literally just the simple fix. It was $400 freaking dollars, but it was a simple fix, an hour fix. I need to be a mechanic. But that is literally, like, the recall of my week. And then I still have, like, more stuff, but it's going to be my next video because my next video is going to be, like, a little better of a video. It's not going to be, like, a crazy hectic week with all bad luck in it. My week is really, like, on Thursday and Friday, my week started getting a hell of a lot better. I went from, like, bam to, like, bam. It's crazy because I went through a bunch of bad luck, and now I'm going through a whole bunch of good luck. I'm just like, how long am I going to stay up here before I go down here? You know, type shit. But I'm doing really good, and on October 10th, I'll be 3 years sober from, like, literally all drugs. I'm so excited. I can't even believe my life is, like, literally coming together. And then stay tuned for next video, guys, because I got so much news for you. So much news for you. You guys are going to be so excited for me. So that's the recap. I'm freaking tired. Like, I can barely keep my eyes open. So I'm going to bed, and I can't wait. I want to tell you guys right now, but I'm going to tell you in the next video because I'm literally posting it right after this. So stay tuned for my good news for the next video, and I will see you in the next video in a few days. Like, share, subscribe, comment, do whatever you guys gotta do to get me up there. But thank you so much for watching my videos, and stay subscribed and like all my videos. Thanks, guys. Peace out.